سلام دوستان عزیز، نوشین نیکفرجام هستم در برنامه دانش و آگاهی در تلویزیون عصر امروز. امیدوارم هر جای که هستین خوب و خوش و سر حال و سلامت نشستین. یک برنامه واقعا استثنایی داریم چون مهمون بسیار معروف و استثنایی هست، خانم پنی داویدی. سلام عزیزم.
سلام عزیزم.
خیلی خوش اومدی.
مرسی.
میدونم که به انگلیسی برنامه اجرا میشه ولی تو مقدمه رو حالا بگم اوکیه؟
آره 100%. تا اونجایی که بتونم فارسی جواب میدم ولی
نه دیگه اگه شروع کنیم از اول به انگلیسی میریم راحت تره.
باش.
برنامه اینه که پنی یک شف بسیار معروفه ولی امروز کمتر راجع به این کار صحبت میکنه و میخواد راجع به گریف یا از دست دادن صحبت بکنه و چطور میتونیم اگر عزیزی رو از دست دادیم با اون کنار بیایم و یک آرامشی بتونیم در وجود خودمون با هر سختی که هست به وجود بیاریم. به همین دلیل برنامه به انگلیسی خواهد بود. معذرت میخوام اگر دیدین که میخواین برنامه به فارسی باشه، میتونیم در ماهای آینده از پنی جون دعوت کنیم برگرده برنامه رو به فارسی براتون اجرا کنیم که بیشتر ازش چیزی یاد بگیریم. در صورت از اینجا به بعد برنامه به انگلیسی خواهد بود. So, welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy that you accepted my invitation.
Look, it took a long time for me to be able to step away from my grief,
right,
and to talk about it without falling apart.
Definitely. Not easy at all in anybody's life. Anything that happens to your child is extremely difficult, and I mean that is like absolutely in another level. But I mean, I'm so sorry for what happened, but I'm pretty sure you know that anything that happens in our life, there is a reason for it.
That's what they keep telling me.
I know.
That's what they keep telling me. And there is a reason for it. But how do you move on from that? You could tell your body there's a reason for it. But it still hurts.
Of course.
It's still like someone stabbing you in the stomach every
Definitely.
day. You learn to walk and live alongside the grief.
That's very true.
And the pain, which is what I have learned to do since her passing.
That's right. I'm going to read your bio, the very short bio, so our audience understands who you are as far as what you do.
Okay.
And then we're going to go into the subject of grief after I ask her a couple of questions regarding her own life. Penny Davidi Borsuk, she is a published cookbook author, television personality, speaker, restaurant consultant, and former corporate culinary educator for Fortune 500 companies through Hungary. Penny was also one of the original TripAdvisor community contributors, building a following of more than 30,000 followers, and today reaches nearly 600,000 followers across social media. Penny is currently completing the admission process for Cornell University's Executive Masters in Hospitality Management with an anticipated January 2027 pending final admission committee's approval. She is seeking a leadership opportunity with a luxury hospitality organization where she can contribute to guest experience, brand standards, operational excellence, and strategic growth. And as a lot of you might have seen her on different TV shows, American TV shows, I want to just read a couple of shows that you've been on that have been so famous. You were a Food Network star and Chopped All Stars, Cutthroat Kitchen Inferno, and Guy's Grocery Games All Stars. Then you were in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Rules. So you actually were executive chef and menu curator for her, right?
Correct.
For Lisa Vanderpump, for her venue Pump Lounge in West Hollywood. And I mean, I can go on, but the most important is that she was born and raised in Iran, and is the first Persian Jewish chef and businesswoman to be featured on hit culinary and reality television shows. And I first time saw you at a friend's house because you were cooking for all of us and teaching us how to cook. That's how I met you. And at the other hand, you're one of my favorite people's cousin. Sarah, your cousin, is my niece. And so I have been following your path basically for a few years. I remember you had a sister.
Yes.
She couldn't get pregnant. I remember she had problems conceiving, and then she had a baby. Out of a sudden, she had cancer, I think?
No.
Or what was her?
My sister very early on got diagnosed with pancreatitis.
Oh, okay.
And lost one kidney completely and had another kidney only functioning 13%.
Okay.
Over the years, she had multiple seizures and was on all kinds of medication.
Mm-hmm.
She had a baby through surrogate.
Okay.
And God bless her for doing that,
Mm-hmm.
leaving that gift, because before Mason was even one,
Mm-hmm.
or he had just turned, no, he hadn't even turned one yet.
Right.
She passed away. She passed away in September 25th of 2018.
Wow. Yeah.
And she had a seizure and a heart attack. But she was sick for a long time.
All right.
She was sick for a long time. So that was a devastating time, obviously, for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
For me, she was the only sibling I had.
That's right.
And now we have this baby who is all grown up, and he's going to be 9 years old.
Oh my
and
God.
He's amazing. And I really watched my mom step up.
Yeah.
And when you talk about, I'm going to say this word in Farsi, shirzan.
Right.
Okay?
I have a lot of respect for her.
My mother is the ultimate shirzan.
Definitely, yeah.
She said, okay, I have this grandson, and I have to stay alive for him.
Right.
And I have a daughter, and I have to keep moving forward.
True.
And so she very, quickly picked herself up and started moving forward with life. And of course, in her own moments, dealt with her grief, but almost never in front of me. So that's what I have seen.
Right.
That is my role model.
True.
Is someone who didn't give up on life and curl up and say, okay, that's it. She's gone, I'm gone with her.
Yeah.
And so that was the first blow.
And then you could deal with that, even though it was a huge loss in your family.
Yes.
And you continue doing your chef, duties, basically.
Yes.
And I know that you never went to school.
No, I did not.
So that's the very interesting thing, that you do such an amazing job just by learning from your mom and yourself and grandma probably. I remember your grandma was a great cook.
I went to, believe it or not, I went to school and got my degree in acupuncture. So by trait,
really,
I have a master's in Oriental medicine. I practiced acupuncture and herbology for 12 years.
Wow.
Before I even touched food.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's where I got that from my father, because he's a physician. I wanted to go into the practice of medicine. I believed in more alternative care, less traditional medicine. And so that's how it all, came to be. Mm-hmm. And when I got a divorce from my ex-husband and took some time, that's when I fell in love with the culinary.
Okay.
I fell in love with the culinary and I opened up Pizza Rustica, and I'm sure all your kids have eaten at my restaurants. And it was a huge hit.
Right.
And people loved it. And from there is really, when I decided, you know what? It's time for an Iranian on the Food Network.
True.
Why are we not representing our culture, our heritage? Mm-hmm. We're so much more than what the world sees of us on television. So let's show them the softer side. Mm-hmm. We're not going to do chocolate chip cookies and milk, but we will do the best baklava,
right,
the best sholezad, and to show that side of our culture. And so I tried for the Food Network. Mm-hmm. And I trained before I went with, of course, my mom, my grandmother, and my mom's dokhtar khale.
Okay. Cousin,
with her cousin, who's like a sister to me, Mitra, and really just picked up the skills in a few months and went for the Food Network.
So, two things come up. You have been talking about foods that help with inflammation.
Yes.
So this is why you have that background of herbology.
Yes.
That just clicked.
Yes.
And then you have a book by the name Thyme, right?
Yeah, it's called It's My Time.
Yeah, Thyme.
And I started writing the book when my sister passed away. And it took me through COVID to finish the book, because it wasn't just a cookbook of recipes. It's filled with stories and images of the women in my life, that the inspiration behind the food. And I'm very proud of it. It's on Amazon. You can pick it up. I'm very proud of it. Is there going to be a follow-up to that book? Probably not.
No?
Probably not. I'm in too much pain to be able to give the attention to another book right now.
So maybe if you want to write, you can write about your new life experiences instead of food.
I think what I would like to do now is talk about my life experiences.
Perfect.
More than I would like to write it. I feel a lot of things come up and emotions come up in the moment that I want to be able to share with people. And I want to be able to answer questions. And I have agreed to sit on the board of advisors for Cure Sciences to find a cure.
Yeah.
I will not accept that there is no cure.
I think there is, but the pharmaceutical companies
200%, they won't let.
Yeah, they won't let.
But there are ways around it that if we capture that knowledge and we are faced with a situation, we have the tools to combat it.
Definitely. I'm a true believer on that. So, yeah.
Look, when Sophia got sick, I didn't accept that she would be gone in 6 months, which is what the life expectancy for glioblastoma is. I absolutely went all out and reached out all over the world and brought in everything possible to throw at it.
Right.
There was stuff from Switzerland, Sweden, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico City, like everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Germany, because the other parts of the world are trying to find solutions.
True.
They are not focused so much on what the pharmaceutical companies are doing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Of course.
And
very much.
Her life had to have meaning. She had a purpose here. And this is how I'm able to put one foot in front of the other.
True. That takes me back to another question that I want to ask you, because I know you went to a grief retreat.
Yes.
So over there, it seems like you met a psychic medium.
Yes.
And you contacted with your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. You want to
So, So I started following Dr. Laura Berman, and she holds these grief retreats for mothers who've lost children.
Where is it?
So it's different places around the country.
Okay.
This one was in Northern California. It was in a beautiful, it was at 1440 Multiversity, which is an adult campground. Beautiful grounds, beautiful nature, beautiful trees, beautiful...
Close to Moyer Woods?
Where is that?
Moyer Woods in Northern California. Very close to San Francisco.
Yeah, probably.
Because I was seeing the pictures of
probably
trees that you were going and,
That sounds right, yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right. And to be for 5 days in a setting with 80 moms who have lost children in different ways. Everything from fentanyl, which is a nightmare is an understatement. Suicide, heart attacks that are now happening left and right with these kids, aneurysms out of nowhere, car accidents.
A lot happened after COVID.
Yes.
Vaccines.
Yes, the vaccines. Yeah, exactly. So for 5 days, we spent talking, connecting, doing all kind of somatic exercises, and we had this incredible medium there. And she took us in groups to talk to our kids, and she was very open about, she would first ask you, are you going to be okay with the answers you get? Don't ask if you can't handle the answer, because I am going to ask the hard questions. And you had to either be okay or say no, I don't want to do that. But it was very important for me to ask Sophia if I made the right decision by turning off the life support, because I had to make that decision.
How long was she on it?
She was she was intubated November 10th, 2025. She was intubated November 10th, 2025. And it was as though she left and they said to her, it's not time. And she came back and she opened her eyes.
After how many days?
After 2 days.
Okay.
Which, when they intubated her and she went into coma, they said to me, let her go. I said, no. No way. We're going to keep fighting.
Did you feel it at the time?
That she wasn't ready to go?
Because she was comatose, probably. So, I mean, her soul was up there. She was in it. I mean,
she wasn't comatose.
No?
No.
Okay.
When she came back, she opened her eyes.
Okay.
She recognized.
Okay.
They took the tubing out. They left the tracheotomy. They left the air pipe for her. And we continued treatment. I was not giving up. Dad was not giving up. She was not giving up. And we just kept pushing, moving forward.
How long?
From November
12th?
10th.
After she opened her eyes.
She opened her eyes 2 days later.
Yeah.
And from the hospital, from being at the hospital for a while, then we went to a respiratory rehab. And she was sitting up, swallowing, opening her eyes.
Okay.
So she was still present. I would bring in someone to do her manicure, pedicure every 2 weeks.
Wow.
I made sure her hair, I gave her facials. Like, I treated it as you are coming home.
Yeah.
No one's giving up. No, there's no reason to give up, and we just threw everything at it that we could. And she was fighting it. She was definitely in there and fighting, and it wasn't until early June when I said to her, Sophia, we are going to start stem cell therapy.
That's 25 or 24?
25.
June 25.
June 25. So from November 10th of
that's
2024.
Okay, that's 24. Right.
November 10th, 2020. She went into the hospital.
That's 8 months.
Yeah, but we went into the hospital April of 2024 because she woke up in the morning and she said, Mom, I have double vision out of my left eye.
Did she have any headaches?
Yes.
Okay.
So we went to the hospital right away. First scans they did, they said there's nothing there. And I said, there's no way there's nothing there. There's no way.
Headache and double vision.
I said, there's no way. And when they said, do you want to look at the scans? I said, yeah, I want to see the scans. And when I looked at the scan and I saw the frontal lobe, I said, does that look like normal to you? Like this thing that, well, it could be a multitude of things. I said, well, why not test it to see, what's going on? And that's when we got a hold of the neurosurgeon and neuro-oncologist, and we had them do a biopsy, and they confirmed what it was, and immediately took her into treatment. And she was verbal, eating, laughing. If I show you videos, she's laughing. She celebrated, we celebrated Passover in the hospital. She was joking around. She didn't start shutting down until after radiation.
So when was that?
In May, June.
Okay.
Of 2025.
But then she was here for another year, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I told her we're going to start stem cell, she shook her head.
Huh.
She shook her head, which she was like, no. I said, don't give up on me. We're not giving up. She said no. And after that, she stopped engaging with her physical therapist. She stopped engaging with her occupational therapist.
Made her decision.
She made her decision.
Yeah.
She made her decision. She literally, as if she said to me, Mom, I just gave you a year to get used to the idea. I don't want to be a pincushion. I don't want to be a guinea pig.
Did she come home during this year? The whole year?
No.
Or always?
We went from one rehab to the hospital to another rehab, rehab to another. It was just back and forth. And I said, and her neuro-oncologist was actually impressed with her progress because, she sat up, she was keeping her head high, she was doing her movements, but she had made her decision.
Right.
And when we went to the hospital and they said that she's hemorrhaging all over her brain and you have to make a decision when you want to shut off the machines, I knew that she was done.
So, going back to the retreat and talking to the medium, that's what she told you?
So I asked the medium, did I make the right decision? And the medium said, you really want the answer to that? I said, absolutely, I need to know. And she said, Sophia says, Mom, I was already gone. There was nothing left to do.
Right.
And that gave me some peace.
Right. Did you feel, were you regretting it or like pashimun?
No, I wasn't.
Or you thought that you made a mistake, even though you were sure that you were ending the suffering of a loved one,
Of course, you're always like, should I have held on for longer? But when you're faced with the doctor saying to you, look, you can choose for her to go without suffering and go peacefully, or we can send her back to rehab and you're not there all the time. We couldn't sleep there and she may gasp for air. You don't want that suffering.
True. Yeah. That's true.
And we brought rabbis and we brought healers and we brought spiritual guides, and to have to make that decision is torturous.
Of course. It's
for a mother.
Of course.
Like we say, Nesi behishki nesh. I don't know how to say that in English, but
sorry. I'm worse than you. Anyway. So, I'm so happy that at least it gave you a little bit of calmness and peace of mind and heart when you talk to the medium.
Absolutely.
Because, I sent you a book.
Yeah.
I was listening to it. I have listened to half of it because last night actually my son introduced me to another book that was completely different, but I had to start listening. So, but it talks about the other side and what's going on, and for people like us who believe in that, it's good to know.
Oh, I absolutely believe in the other side, and I know she's living an incredible life.
But do you feel her?
All the time.
Okay, so that's the important thing, because I've seen moms that they talk about the fact that even they're sitting alone in the house and the light turns on and off, they know that's something like that, it's like, or all of a sudden a window opens or something that you can sense, basically.
But it's beyond these things that light turn. Everyone's looking for the flickering light.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, some of them, that's how they know something
Right.
is going on.
Everything is, everyone's looking for that flickering light. But one of the things that I learned on the retreat to do is they said, take a pen and a paper and share something with your child. Share something and start with, this is, I wish you were here so I can tell you about.
Right.
And I swear to God, when I started writing, after a few minutes, it was not me.
That was her.
It was her.
Yeah.
It was her writing, her coming through my hand. I couldn't even understand half of what was written on the paper because this was her
Writing it.
writing it
Yeah.
and expressing things to me,
Amazing.
which is such a gift.
Yeah.
Such a gift to have, and I'm so blessed that I had that opportunity to be able to connect with her in that way. And she's very engaging, very talkative. She's in my dreams all the time.
Oh, nice.
But she's also she still tells me what to wear, what not to wear. You don't need to buy that.
Did she choose your outfit today?
You know what? I actually didn't have a conversation with her, but she sent me to buy her favorite drink, and it was random. I never go through a Starbucks, and sometimes after I do things, I pause and I say, "Ay, Sophia,"
Yeah.
because I know she's gotten me to that point.
True. So, what tools do you turn to deal with this grief now? It's been a year, right?
Yeah. I punch a lot, I scream, I hit people. No, I'm kidding. I'd like to hit people
But
sometimes.
did you do that before?
No, I think,
I mean, they were all reasonable
right.
reactions, but it's like,
So I think for me what happened was, in the first year, I was, I think, more numb. More numb, and it wasn't, it was almost like not on the forefront. It was like as if this didn't happen.
yeah.
I can't really explain what
Yeah.
I was engaged in. I had this pain, I have this pain, but I also immediately wanted to get back to work and be busy and occupy my mind, and I have an older daughter, so I wanted to make sure she was okay.
She was the second one? Or
She
the
was
first?
my second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's my second one. And I have my husband, who I want to support and be there for him, and my ex-husband, who fell ill, and I want to be able to support him, and my mom, and
Yeah.
so I just was like, I have to take care of everyone. I don't have time to sit and be in my grief and be in my
Right.
sadness.
What did you create in your body? What kind of diseases?
Oh my God.
I think the inflammation and the pain that you're going through now can be one of the
Well, the inflammation.
results, basically.
The inflammation, believe it or not, I was coming out of a building, and a glass door fell on my body
Jesus.
and injured my back. So, I don't want to get injected nonstop.
Of course. Yeah.
So, being that I understand medicine, given my history, I knew that if I go on this anti-inflammatory way of eating, which I'm obsessed with now, and I highly recommend you all watch and follow and see what
The
I'm
rabbit.
eating. The rabbit.
Your
It's
mom says, right?
Yes, this rabbit food is insane. But I started eating in that manner, which gets rid of brain fog, which we have with, post-menopause.
Right.
And so to have some, clarity, and I think once I had more clarity, the pain settled in. Does that make sense?
Of course.
The fog moved away,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, I lost a child.
Yeah.
I lost this perfect specimen, this perfect, soft-skinned, gentle human being who I'm never going to be able to hold again. And as her 1 year and her unveiling approached, it became torturous for me.
Yeah.
And
That's when you went to the retreat, or before? Okay.
That's when I went to the retreat. So at the retreat, it was from breathing exercises to creating things with your hand, whether you like gardening or baking or cooking or cleaning.
Right.
I love cleaning.
Really?
Yes, I love cooking, but I love cleaning. I think I make the best housekeeper. I do. It's a job I could always fall back on. So, just I kept myself busy in that manner. And, but helping others was a huge thing for me. Helping others, finding a cure, accepting that I will always have this treasure and this energy a part of my life. She's right here.
Of course, yeah.
She just doesn't have the physical, shell.
Yeah.
She just doesn't have the physical shell.
That's
but
true.
I could feel her hold me. I could feel her telling me to calm down and stop crying. And, and I sometimes argue with her. Like a few days ago, I had a major meltdown. I know it sounds crazy. I had a major meltdown, but I could hear her say, Mom, please, you promised me you're going to stop crying. I said, you know what, Sophia? I need you to just shut up right now. I'm going to have a good cry. And you know what? I just let me be. So that's how strong of a presence this child has.
Are you the only one who does that, or is your daughter the same way, or your ex, or
my ex-husband,
or even your mom, because she was, I think, very close to both of your kids, right?
Yes, my mom very much thinks that Sophia has moved to Australia because that's one of her favorite places. She has her whole life in Australia. She has a boyfriend. My mom has built this scenario in her head, which is great. I always say, build and do that which can make you move forward.
It's a parallel universe.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe she is.
It's a parallel. It's a parallel universe. And I heard a medium say the other day that you have to look at this as these are vehicles. These are shells.
Right.
The real soul is the energy inside this
Definitely,
shell.
yes.
And when the shell no longer works like a car, you step out of it and you send that off, right? To whether it's a repair shop or you just put it in a junkyard, right? And you find another shell.
Definitely.
So Sophia's a little picky. She's going to take a minute to find the right shell because she's very bougie. I'm sure she wants to find.
Maybe she comes back as your granddaughter or grandson or something. You never know.
The medium told me that my daughter's dog can see her and plays with her.
Definitely. I believe in that. It's like,
she didn't know I have these dogs, but she said, you have this dog, da-da-da, and she's giving the description. She goes, she sees Sophia.
Yeah.
She plays with her. Sophia plays with her and sometimes plays tricks on her. And it's very true. Because she's very shaytun. I also don't refer to her in the past.
Oh, because she is here.
Right. I never say, when people say, oh, how many kids you have? I say, I have 2.
Right.
I have 2. One who's moved on to live a better life in the next universe, and one who's here.
That's
and
true.
sometimes people look at me like I'm crazy, but that's okay.
It depends on, who you're talking to. But, so, how do you plan to carry her legacy? Are you doing a foundation, or?
So, what we decided to do as a family is we had a fund for her. So we continue to allow the fund to help other families. Right now, we have a family that came from Israel. And their daughter is 30. And she's battling glioblastoma.
Oh my God.
And her name is Shannon Rafaela. And we want to
help her.
We want to make sure she beats this thing.
Is there any way to beat it?
You know, there are people...
I mean, so far.
There are people, you know, I spoke to a young gentleman. His name is Chris, and he's a unicorn. He's living without it for 17 years.
God, wow.
17 years. There's someone who's alive with it. It's been 32 years since their diagnosis. It's not like your breast cancer. It's not. It's meant to take you out. But in rare cases,
they live. So they took the tumor out or just did radiation for her?
So in her case, the tumor was sitting in her brainstem. So there was no way to really get to it without the possibility of killing her or disabling her. So we just did radiation and chemotherapy.
Those two things are killers anyway.
Yeah, and
so that's another problem.
Ultimately, Sophia didn't die from the glioblastoma recurrence. She passed away from complications of the disease, which is what happens to most. She had lost, the radiation causes necrosis.
What is necrosis?
Dead tissue. And it had completely obliterated her brainstem. She had no brainstem. It was a black hole. So she would never get her functions back.
So, Naryam, how much time do we have? Give us time, I have questions. Fine, okay, I'll be quick. For others who are facing this terminal disease, what do you recommend? How to take care of someone that has terminal cancer? Any advice that you want to give them?
Don't give up. Don't give up. There's so much research out there. There's so many resources. There is so much beyond what's being offered in the States. Clinical trials. Just don't give up. Especially if they're functional, don't give up. If it is a case that it has completely taken over their body, they've got aphasia, which means they're not speaking, or so many things that it's gone really far, then have the heart and do the most selfless act and let them go.
Unfortunately, I mean, sometimes that's what we have to do. But just very quick before we have to say goodbye, how about your new TV projects? Anything coming up?
TV projects, I am thinking of some things that I would like to do and be able to share, like lifestyle things, and maybe come on here and teach you guys how to
cook. That would be great.
Maybe that'll be fun, right? As far as planned TV shows with the networks, right now that's not where I'm at. Right now my focus is my family, and
so the same thing with opening a restaurant, huh?
Yeah, not interested right now.
Okay, all right. Let me see.
I'm happy to help you open your restaurant, but I'm...
So you're still okay with that?
Yes, I will happily consult on opening a restaurant, but more than that, if you or your loved one or someone that you know is battling terminal cancer or any kind of cancer that you need some guidance, some direction, a helping hand, please reach out. And I genuinely mean that.
So for people to reach out to you, they should go on your Instagram. That's the best thing to do.
Instagram is the best thing because from there you can send me an email, you could send me a message. I see all my messages, and I will happily connect with you and give guidance wherever I can. And you know, cancer is not a death sentence. I always say that, and I always used to say that when I was practicing acupuncture. Cancer is not a death sentence. It's a shift in how you live your life, and there is a way to live alongside it, and a lot of people are living with cancer every day and are thriving. So it's okay to have to lean on people and reach out sometimes and say, hey, I need help.
Yeah. My grandma, God bless her soul, she always said, if you have any problems, ask everyone around you.
Yeah.
Because at the end, there is one person who has a solution for your problem.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, when you get to diseases like cancer, definitely ask your own. We have seen a lot of people who have survived it, and they're living a good life right now.
And beyond cancer, I mean, there's things, women our age actually, beyond cancers. I just had a full scan done on like my veins here for stroke, for aneurysms, my legs. You want to make sure you don't have blood clots. I actually put that on my Instagram.
I think I saw that. Yeah, I watched.
This was unbelievable to get done. I'm taking my mom to do it because it literally came back and said, although I'm great and I'm healthy and thank God for no, aneurysms or anything like that, I never understood why my ankles and my calves were so swollen. I never understood that. I always thought
that's the shape of it. No,
I'm just fat, or that's the shape of genetics. But it happens that my veins, the circulation pushes down but doesn't push back up fast enough. So the fact that it doesn't push back up fast enough causes accumulation of water all in my calves and my ankles. So now I am going to treat that.
So how do you treat this? Usually you should put your foot up.
Foot up, again, going back to the anti-inflammatory diet, cutting back salt, but also compression on the legs is very important, putting on compression socks, certain things that you just have to do to take care of your health. So cancer is not the only thing we're looking for here.
That's right. So, by the way, I know you're the woman of all trades. So, in the next few months, I hope that you accept to come back.
Yes.
You have free time.
Yes,
We can talk about inflammation. That's everybody's going through.
Right. We can talk about inflammation.
Everything.
We can talk about, how do you pick your pieces? How do you pick up the pieces and move on to a second marriage?
Next week, actually, we're talking about...
See?
Yeah.
Boy, I said to her,
life after divorce.
Life after divorce. I could just sit here and we can keep talking about different things.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was amazing to be with you, honestly. And I'm really looking forward. Maybe I have you back in October or November.
Sure.
So, till next week, I want to say goodbye to everyone. Have a beautiful weekend. And again, I thank Penny for being here. By the way, before you go, what is Penny? I mean, what is your real name?
Pune.
Oh,
اسم فارسی من هست پونه.
That's beautiful.
گل پونه.
Spearmint.
Spearmint.
Yeah.
That's kind of spicy.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Anyway, thank you so much.
مرسی از شما. مرسی.
Yeah. بینندگان عزیز حتما این رو به اشتراک بذارین. خیلی ها میتونن از این مطالب امروز بهره ببرن و چیزی رو بگیرن. هر سوالی دارین لطفا با ما در میون بذارین. تا هفته آینده همه رو به خدا میسپارم. روز و روزگار باش.
Bye.
بعد از سالها تلاش برای نجات یک